down to Florida, where the list of organizations, including the NAACP, urging people not to come to the Sunshine State is growing. This after a few groups say that Governor DeSantis has passed a flurry of laws putting certain groups at risk. For more on this, we go live to our Xavier Walton in Fort Lauderdale. I think this story, I mean, it's been out for a couple of weeks, but it's more groups now. But I think, Xavier, the story is people are boycotting, but I don't know. That sunshine is real enticing. I think it's a little more enticing than a political agenda.
One could argue that. And Adrienne, you know, we're going to have to wait and see different groups, but all with the same message, right? Do not come here. But they're just coming out with their travel advisories. So we're going to get to that in just a second. We're going to start with Equality Florida and their warning, their travel advisory. They're an LGBTQ advocacy group. They're just warning people, hey, Florida may not be safe, and then points to the state's anti-LGBTQ laws. Also, restrictions on access to reproductive health care and its repeal on gun safety laws. You know, a spokesperson with the group says they are forced to take these unprecedented actions.
I'm not familiar if any other state equality organizations have issued an advisory of their own. I know I talked to the CEO of Equality Texas, and his response was that it was heartbreaking to see that this was necessary.
Different groups, same story here with the Florida Immigrant Coalition also issuing that advisory for people, telling them to reconsider traveling to Florida due to unconstitutional laws. It even cites a heightened risk of harassment, possible detainment, and potential family separation based on racial profiling. Right now, there's a bill, SB 1718, going through the Florida legislature that has been deemed one of the toughest pieces of anti-immigration legislation in American history.
We have had other immigrant coalitions in other states who are also concerned for their own neighbors, families, and friends, and have decided to also issue the advisory because it is such a dangerous approach that this bill is taking.
And lastly here, Florida's NAACP recommending a travel advisory as well, urging Black people, you know, to avoid visiting or moving here. The national board is going to vote on this next month. Frustrations really did start, though, last year with the passing of the Parental Rights and Education Law. Governor DeSantis, aware of these travel warnings, he says that the recommendation from the NAACP is merely a joke and called the others a political stunt. But Adrienne, like you said, as I toss it back to you, it really will be telling here in the coming weeks, months, if people are going to stop coming to Florida. We're going to have to wait and see, though.
It depends on who you believe. Do you believe these organizations that say your life could be at risk or your access could be at risk? Or do you believe that sunshine and vitamin D are healthy for you? I don't know. We'll see. Xavier, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.